All right, the February 3rd meeting of the Thousand Oaks Council on Aging is now being called to order. Would you please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Francine, would you please call the roll?
Please say here present when I call your name. Commissioner Allen. Here. Chair Fotheringham.
Here.
Commissioner Gitt. Here. Commissioner Gorbach.
Here.
Commissioner Hagee. Here. Vice Chair Healy.
Here.
Commissioner Norkin. Here. Commissioner O'Connor is not here, and Commissioner Shentas. Yes. Thank you.
Okay, now is the time in our program where we entertain public comments. So if you would like to make a public comment, please fill out one of these lavender forms on the table at the back of the room and bring it up front. I have one public comment now. I'd like to invite Brenda Birdwell.
Good afternoon. Happy New Year. How's everyone today? My name is Brenda Birdwell. I'm the Field Services Manager for Braille Institute. And I just wanted to announce that we have support groups all over Ventura County, all three counties actually, Ventura, Santa Barbara, and San Luis Obispo. Every Friday, we have a really great group that meets at the wonderful Goebel Adult Community Center in Thousand Oaks at 1385 East Jans Road. We meet every Friday. Right now, we actually have a special 5-week guided autobiography class going on, and it's really an incredible program. If we have enough interest, we'll repeat that as well. It's been very successful. So if you want to get in touch with me, again, my name is Brenda Birdwell with Braille Institute. My number is 805-886-6025. And you can get information on all of our programs on our website, which is www.brailleinstitute.org. Thank you.
Thank you, Brenda. Are there any other public comments? All right, next we'll go to our liaison reports, and I see Patty Ham from the Goebel Adult Community Center here. Are you also speaking for Rick today, or?
I didn't know I was, but I can. Sure, why not? Sure. We'll start with CSVP, and of course, February 1st started our fantastic income tax assistance program. So on Monday we started that. Began on February 1st. We'll go through April 18th. Tax assistance program is on Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. And they're at 2 different locations. The Newberry Park Library location is Wednesdays 9 to 4. And the Conejo Creek South Community Building location is on Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, 9 to 4. No appointments are taken. It's a first come, first serve, and it's, again, free income tax assistance for those seniors who qualify and need the service. And the qualifications are senior 60 years of age or older, any income level, or persons with an income level of $54,000 or less, regardless of age. And it is a free service to the community. And a couple of new volunteer opportunities that I'd like to let you know to be aware of. School on Wheels, unique tutoring opportunity for people who have a love of learning, are flexible, patient, and creative. Use these skills to work with a homeless child in a local public location. Applicants can choose the age of the child as well as the subject to teach. The other opportunity is Study Buddies, changing the world one child at a time through educational opportunities. Be a study buddy while tutoring 1 to 3 students on a weekly basis. Help students with homework and reading. Students are in 1st through 3rd grade. Kindness, patience, and love of children are very important. So if any seniors are interested in participating in these opportunities, they can contact the CSVP office for more information at 805-381-2655. 2742. All right, and then we'll move on to the fabulous Global Center. The Global Senior Center Commission is currently recruiting for new commissioners for the 2016-17 fiscal year. The Global Senior Center Commission is currently seeking individuals age 50 or older residing within the boundaries of the Conejo Recreation and Park District. Commissioners volunteer their time and special skills, serve on commission committees, and assist in planning, organizing, marketing, and conducting programs that benefit seniors. A typical monthly commitment may include 10 hours of volunteer service, 4 of which include working with the bingo program. Applications are available at the Global Adult Community Center, at the CRPD Administration Office, or online at www.crpd.org/GACC. And applications for term beginning again July 1st, 2016 are to be submitted to the CRPD Administration Office at 403 West Hillcrest, Thousand Oaks, and the deadline is Friday, February 26th by 5. And you could always drop off that application at the center as well, and we can forward it on to the administration office. And if you have any questions, feel free to call 805-495-6471, which is the administration office of CRPD. And we have a fabulous commissioner right over here at the end, Harry. All right. I'm very excited to announce that the Conejo Creek Grill is now open to the public. We opened last Monday, a soft opening, where we, of course, are continuing our senior nutrition program from 11:30 to 12:30. And the public was welcome to come in, so we did have a few. We're asking that the public would come in probably after 12. Would be the best time to allow the senior nutrition program to be able to come in and be served and socialize and do their normal thing. Great menu items. I'm told that the fries are to die for. I won't taste them because I'd be like a shark to blood. I'll just want them every day. Walk down the hall. That's not good. So I invite all of you, if you would like to go to lunch sometime, give me a call and I'll take you down and have lunch with you at the grill. This month, February, Valentine's Day, we are celebrating with a Valentine's Day dance. February 13th at 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. We're going to have a band. We're going to serve dinner. It's going to be lasagna, meat lasagna with a salad, and we'll have some type of adult beverage and a yummy dessert. We're going to have dancing, of course, and you can purchase their tickets at the Global Center for $7. And you can round up your friends or your sweetie, or just come join your friends at the center and have a good time. And the commission is presenting Music Comes Alive this month, Sunday, February 21st at 2 p.m., Gilbert and Sullivan Repertoire Company. And that's going to be fun. They're going to be performing Broadway musical scores, including Les Miserables, Phantom of the Opera, and Fiddler on the Roof. And that is a $5 fee. And you can purchase your tickets at the front desk at the Senior Center. And that is it.
All right, thank you, Patty. Question?
No, comment?
Comment
Okay.
will do, yeah.
I just wanted to say congratulations to Patty and Rick Tanaka of the Conejo Senior Volunteer Program. This year was the second of many annual Wellness Fest that was held at the Global Center last Wednesday under a circus theme, under one tent. It was really fun, very well received. It ran extremely smoothly. I think we had about 600 people in attendance, which is about that,
over
right?
600 is
Over
650.
600.
We calculated 650.
Yeah, okay, and that's a phenomenal crowd. So if you missed that this year, don't give up. We're going to do this again next year. So it's the Wellness Fest. We try to get a lot of publicity out for it, and it really was fun. You got to learn about all the senior services in the community. You got to do a lot of networking, meeting people. So we'll be doing this again in 2017. But thank you guys for that. It was a really good job for you all. So
We had a great group of advisors helping us plan that, Nancy.
yeah, thank you.
And you had an opportunity to see Commissioner Healy dressed as a clown.
Yes, we did, and she made the best clown ever.
Thank you. That was great.
All right. We have one commissioner report today. Commissioner Gitt would like to talk to us about Senior of the Year.
And so, do you know an amazing senior volunteer, someone who helps make our community a terrific place to live? If so, please consider nominating them for the 2016 Senior of the Year Award. The annual award recognizes individuals over age 60 for their volunteer work in the Thousand Oaks, Newbury Park, Ventura County portion of Westlake, and unincorporated areas within the city limits. The nomination forms are at the www.toaks.org/seniors website, or you can call 805-381-7362, or you can email the Council on Aging at toaks.org. Nominations are due by April 1st, and the dinner celebrating the Senior of the Year and the nominees will be held on June 2nd, 2016. The timeline is nominations April 15th. April 1st, as I mentioned. April 15th, we'll request selected volunteer history forms. April 20th, the nominees will be notified of their selection. We'll conduct interviews of the nominees from April 20th through the 30th, and then the June 2nd Senior of the Year dinner and awards will take place at the Goebel Center. So please, if you know of anybody, please nominate them. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, Tony. Now we have an opportunity for commissioner comments. So these can be comments of a personal nature. So if you've celebrating a wedding anniversary or won a spelling bee or something like that recently, this is an opportunity. Commissioner Korbach?
Well, this isn't of that type, but I would like to point out just a couple of really wonderful opportunities that are available at the local libraries coming up real soon. And these are, I mean, this one's amazing. This is at the Newbury Park Branch Library. You can take a free class to learn the basics of Microsoft Word. Did you hear free class, including how to manipulate text, edit documents, use menus and toolbars. Now, we do ask that you be a bit familiar with using a keyboard and a mouse, but it's coming up Tuesday. That's next Tuesday already, the 9th, 10:30 till 12:15. It's a free class in Microsoft Word, so you want to check that out. And then another class that's coming up. Oh, this is actually a lecture. The library is hosting the 215 Guggenheim Fellow and author David Ullen to discuss his new book, Sidewalking: Coming to Terms with Los Angeles. Ullen is the former LA Times book editor and book critic, author of 10 books. This program is free, open to the public, courtesy of the Friends of the Thousand Oaks Library, and I've already put this one on my calendar. So if you see me there, I want you to say, hello, Karen, and I saw you on television, because God knows I never know if anyone's watching. So come to this and let me know if you ever see me on television. And then finally, I'd like to bring to your attention that the library, in partnership with CLU, is hosting a series called A Century Ago, 1910 to 1920. Explore the decade from 1910 to 1920 with Cal Lutheran faculty members. The Thousand Oaks Public Library 1516 lecture series continues on February 18th with historian Michaela Reeves of CLU. And you know, I did go to one of her lectures a few months ago, and it was great. It's like sitting in a class at the university. This is free. This is at the local library. This is a local professor. You don't want to miss this. So put this one on your calendar also. And if I'm there again, what are you going to say? Hello. Okay. I saw you on TV. Right. Thank you. That's all. Thank you very much.
Thank you. And I think Commissioner Hagee had a comment.
Yeah, I just wanted to talk a little bit about the senior outreach, which we're continuing again this year. And it's an effort for us to gather information as we did today. Speakers can come here, fill out a speaker's card, and they can tell us what it is they need. We then report that to the City Council. City Council appointed the 9 commissioners in an effort to find out what the senior needs are in the community. And so one way that we have to do that is for you to come here on the first Wednesday of the month and fill out a speaker's card and tell us what it is you feel you need, what it is that would make it easier for you as a senior in Thousand Oaks. If you're a business agency, a group, a club, group of people who would like to schedule a speaker to come out and explain what the COA is in a little more detail, and we're happy to do that. You just call us at 805-381-7362. 381-7362. And you can schedule us to come out there. Matter of fact, Commissioner Healy and I just had a real interesting group of owls, older, wiser, livelier seniors. Okay. Well, I got the older part, but the wiser part I couldn't qualify. So even though they invited me to join, I have to get a little more wisdom before I can do that. But it was a good opportunity. They had a lot of good suggestions and input to us, and they had a very nice lunch also. So come to our meetings on Wednesday. Let us know what your needs are. Instead of sitting at home and grumbling with your neighbors, come and let us know, because we're your senior voice to the City Council.
Thank you, Ron. Fountain of Youth here at City Hall might be helpful as a recommendation. Put it on your list. And Commissioner Healy has a comment.
This isn't actually about Commissioner Hagee's comment, but we really had a good time yesterday, and he's certainly lively and wise. So it was really fun. If you belong to a group, a church group, call that number. And we came out. We didn't take much time out of the meeting, but I think we gave information to people that they did not have about senior things. So I'm really talking today about just updating on the Conejo Valley Village, which we have been working on. I am one of the new members of the board of directors, and we have gotten our incorporation papers. We are just getting ready to send in our what's called the 1023 form. It is to get our nonprofit status from the federal government. That's the most time-consuming thing. It takes, I think, about 6 months. But if you're interested in information about the village, where we're going, we will be sending out email addresses. I will be happy to share my phone number. It's on the flyers. And you can call me, give me your email address. We will make sure you get our updated information. We're hoping now to be operational by spring of 2017. It'll take us 6 to 8 months to get our nonprofit status, which is critical for that. And for anyone who does not know, this is a program that hopefully helps people, seniors, to remain independently in their home as long as they possibly safely can, and providing some services that will help with that. My own phone number is 805-231-5147. Call me. I'll leave me what you need. If you just leave me your email address, I will make certain that we get you on our contact list. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, Nancy. Are there other commissioner comments? Okay, seeing none, we'll move on to our guest speaker today, and I'd like to introduce Commissioner Gorbach, who will introduce our speaker.
Thank you very much, Chair Fotheringham. Our topic today is animals, specifically how animals are just a wonderful part of our lives as we age. You know, I can't imagine living without my 2 dogs, my cockapoo Latte and my little Turkey, which is a combination Chihuahua Yorkie, who is Beyonce, and she is a little diva, so that name just fits her beautifully. And so we're going to talk about animals today, and you know how they fit into our lives and maybe some considerations we need to make as we have animals in our lives as we age. Now, as many of you know, Thousand Oaks contracts with the County of Los Angeles Animal Services that provides a wide variety of services for our citizens. As a matter of fact, I just re-upped Beyonce's license with the Los Angeles County Animal Services. And years ago, I had another dog, Lassie. Lassie was a little Maltese, and she got lost. And so, yes, we drove around, Lassie, come home. And so she ended up, though, being picked up, and we found her at the Agora Animal Shelter. So I have worked with them. And we'll give you more information about the Los Angeles Animal Services later on in our program. But right now, I am very happy to introduce to you our keynote speaker, Tara Diller, who is the director of our neighboring Ventura County Animal Services. Tara is a self-described data junkie and a fierce animal advocate who has a passion for changing the face of municipal shelters. She recently relocated to Southern California from Sacramento and was a division manager for the Sacramento County Animal Care, and she's secretary for the California Animal Control Directors Association, a board that is dedicated to providing leadership, training, development, support, and advocacy to animal care and control agencies. She's also worked as a best practices consultant for animal shelters, recommending best practices to help increase live release rates by implementing industry standards to save more lives. Tara has 2 Chihuahuas, an American Pit Bull Terrier, and a diabetic cat. Her husband and daughter are her biggest supporters and advocates that share her passion for sharing lives. Tara Diller, thank you.
Thank you. I'd like to thank the council for inviting me here today, and it's nice to see you, Dr. Gorbeck. I recognized you as soon as I walked in, and I thought, oh, gosh, thank you for inviting me. So, as you mentioned, I am Tara Diller. Can everybody hear me okay? Is this okay? I am director for Ventura County Animal Services. Thank you for having me here today to speak with you about the benefits of companion animals, answer some common questions that we receive from seniors, and let you know about some opportunities that you may not know that you have. Okay. You described a little bit about me, but first let me share a little bit about myself and our department. I have been involved in municipal animal welfare for 16 years. To me, it's not just a career, it is my life's passion. It's a lifestyle. I was the deputy director for Sacramento County Animal Care before taking the position here. I am the proud mother to my daughter, Lexi. She is a senior at UC Davis, studying to be a clinical psychologist, specializing in developmental disorders, currently working for the Mind Institute at UC Davis, where they research autism in pregnant women who have at least one child with autism, and they're currently pregnant again. I'm proud to say that next month she's presenting at the esteemed Gatlinburg Conference, hosted by the UC Davis Mind Institute, on a journal article that she's authored while she works on getting published. So I am a proud mom as I stand before you today. I'm also the proud mom to 2 Chihuahua mixes, like you said, Nellie and Rex, and 1 pit bull type dog, Jessie, who is the lower pecking order than the cats in my household. These are my dogs. Just raise your hand if you have a dog in the room. Yeah. And I think all of us tend to have a dog in our life that is a soul dog to us, right? As much as I love all of my pets, but Nellie, the one on the left here, she's my soul dog. She is very special and very connected to me. She's my world. I think our connection to pets is so special, and they really get us, right? I mean, how many of you walk in the house after being gone? Sometimes just going to the grocery store or coming home from work, and it's like you've been gone for a year, right? They greet you and they really embrace us, and so that bond is just it's remarkable. I also have a 15-year-old cat, Corky, who's been diagnosed with diabetes 2 years ago. And he gets insulin injections daily. It's really not that hard to do. I want to make sure people understand having an animal with diabetes is not a death sentence for those animals or for you. He actually cries for the insulin because he knows he gets a special canned treat of food afterwards. So, yeah, these are my babies. These are my heart and soul. So 2 weeks ago this week, actually yesterday was my 2-year anniversary. I uprooted my family from Sacramento and moved to beautiful Ventura County to take this position. And I haven't slowed down since. It's been quite the journey. In 2012, the County Board of Supervisors made a landmark decision that animal services strive to become no-kill. No-kill has many different faces, and the term can be deceiving. No-kill in Ventura County means that we do not euthanize healthy, adoptable pets. No-kill in Ventura County means that we have a save rate of 90% or above. It means being completely transparent and thinking outside of the box for solutions. It means looking for unconventional ways to promote the pets and the programs that we have at VCAS, which is the acronym for Ventura County Animal Services. And I'm happy to announce that Ventura County Animal Services has achieved and sustained no-kill for 2 years now with an annual save rate of 92.5%. So we're very proud of that accomplishment. We are the largest municipal shelter in the state of California to have achieved and sustained this lofty goal. Outreach to the community, as well as speaking with you today, is essential to getting the word out to adopt local and join us in saving more lives. Now let's get to some questions that we hear often, and maybe a few of these might hit home with you. I want to make sure I'm not hitting this microphone. Why are pets important in our lives, especially as we age? The most important reason I can give is that pets provide companionship and unconditional love. I think we can all attest to that with our pets that we own. For elderly pet owners who often live alone or in group facilities, pets can help reduce stress, lower blood pressure, increase social interaction, and physical activity. Pets can decrease loneliness. They supply emotional support. Some can even be trained as comfort or therapy pets. Petting a dog or cat releases good chemicals into your body, improving your mood, reducing pain, and relieving stress. I think we can all attest to that, right? Going home after a really hectic day and just looking into your pet's eyes and just cuddling with them, it really tends to relieve the stress of that day. Having a dog is motivating. They really push us to get out and smell the world and offer the owner companionship to get out and walk the neighborhood. They really push us to get out of our laziness, our coziness sometimes. Studies have shown that owning a dog or being around dogs can actually boost your immunity system. It might even decrease the amount of colds that you're susceptible to. Here is a great research study. Men who own dogs visit the doctor less often and take less medication than men who do not own dogs. Not to be left out, women who own dogs also showed to spend less time at the doctor's office and take less medication than those women who do not own dogs. So I think that's an interesting study. If not for any reason, I think that's a pretty compelling reason to own a pet, right? let's not forget that pets benefit too, particularly when older pets or older folks adopt pets. These lucky pets go from the pound to paradise. Since most of the adopters are retired, they have lots of time to devote to previously unwanted pets. It really is a pet nirvana. What are some options for pets if we live in apartments? I think that's a common question that we're asked. Pets should be chosen to fit the activity level and the lifestyle of the owner. One thing that I know for sure is that pets absolutely fit into apartments. With dogs, the concern is interaction with the owner and the ability for the pet to take potty breaks. The questions to ask are, will the senior be able to walk the dog? If not, is there a closed, secure patio that the dog can go on? If not, is there a balcony available, and is it safe and secure for the size of the pet? Cats and bunnies should be inside pets, of course. An apartment will feel like a palace to them, so let's not exclude bunnies and cats if you live in an apartment. At VCAS, the adoptable pets are categorized by activity level. We have a questionnaire that we give to potential adopters about their lifestyle and what they're looking for in a pet. With this Meet Your Match program, we can customize your visit to the shelter and provide you choices on pets that we have assessed that might meet your match. Rather than looking at all, 497 pets in our care right now, our staff can set you in the right direction to find the couch potato or constant companion or teacher's pet or wallflower or busy bee or goofball dog or the private investigator, executive, love bug, or leader of the band cat that you've been longing for. I like to equate this to Meet Your Match or Match.com for pets, right? So women can really relate to this when I tell this story. It's like walking into Ross and Macy's, okay? So when you walk into Ross, you've got aisles and aisles and aisles full of clothes that you've kind of got to dig through, right? When you go to Macy's, you've got mannequins with the clothes and the outfits on them that you kind of look at and you're like, oh, that makes sense, I'll take that outfit. With the Meet Your Match at the shelter, when you come in, you're assessed and you're given a color. Say you're looking for a particular animal and you're a couch potato and you're assigned a green, okay? So when you're walking through the shelter, rather than being overwhelmed by all these pets and the eyes just staring at you, you know to gravitate towards the animals that have been assigned a green. Okay, so you know that those are the type of pets that meet your lifestyle. So it's less overwhelming. You see all of these pets in the shelter and it's overwhelming, but you know I'm a green and these dogs or cats that are green will match my lifestyle. So it's less overwhelming. So Ross versus Macy's. So if you're curious, we've brought some of the Meet Your Match forms today. You can take a test and find out what kind of pet your lifestyle matches with. Many shelters use this. This is an ASPCA survey and behavior assessment that they've developed years ago. How do we deal with the costs involved with pet care if you're on a fixed income or low income, food, medical care, vaccinations? It's true, pets cost us money. Choosing a pet that is healthy is the first obstacle. At VCAS, like most shelters, we offer a free checkup at your veterinarian when you adopt. If you don't already have one, most of the veterinarians in Ventura County participate in a complimentary health exam program. So it's one of the many benefits of adopting from a shelter. Low-cost vaccination clinics are available throughout the county, and many vets give senior discounts for care. We sponsor at least 10 clinics throughout the county annually. The cost for a rabies vaccination is only $6. And other vaccinations and microchips are offered at only $10 each. Anyone is welcomed at these low-cost clinics, regardless of your zip code. So Thousand Oaks is welcome to participate in these clinics. Again, we've brought a list of all of our vaccination clinics for the year for all of 2016. So we'll leave all of these handouts with you. What volunteer opportunities are available? Volunteering at your local animal shelter provides seniors an opportunity to help the community, socialize with other like-minded interested people, give seniors a purpose to get out into the community, which is really important, and make a difference in the lives of shelter pets while making new life-lasting friendships. Seniors can volunteer their time in many ways. You can walk dogs, you can socialize with the cats, holding the bunnies, doing laundries, folding newspapers, filing, answering phones, having towel and blanket drives, having garage sales with proceeds benefiting shelter pets, fostering pets, the list goes on and on. If you have time, the shelters and the pets need you. So I encourage you to contact your local shelter and see if there's a place or a time that you can fit into your life, or if there's a opportunity there for you. Pictured here are some of our senior volunteers that take pups to local nursing homes so that the seniors receive a dose of unconditional love and the dogs get magical away from the kennel time, enriching both of their lives. This is a really important program. The volunteers feel so gratified when they take the pets there. Clearly, the seniors get so much out of it. We hear from the staff at these nursing homes that on the days that the pets are scheduled to come, they're so excited. And when the pets leave, their anxiety and stress levels decrease drastically. So this is a really great program. Most shelters have something like this in place. Now let's talk about the sad part of owning a pet, which is losing a pet. Our pets become our family, and we spend time with them nearly every day. When they pass away, it can be devastating. Researchers say that the bond between animals and humans is special, and that's one of the reasons why it can take us a long time to cope with their death. Many people rate their pet as close to them as a family member. One of the reasons our bond with our animals is so special is because they're there for us unconditionally. Dogs, cat, and other pets accept us entirely unconditionally with no strings attached. They're often there at times when humans aren't there for us, and we become very, very close to them. Some grieving pet owners may feel ashamed that they're so upset about losing their pet, but experts say it's important to validate your feelings and let it out. If I was talking to somebody who'd lost a pet, I would tell them the same thing I would as if they'd lost a human. When those waves of grief come to you, just let them come. If I had something negative to say about having pets in my life, it would just be the fact that they're not here long enough. I think that's really the toughest part of owning pets. Scientists say another reason why our pets make such an impact in our lives is because we're their main caretakers. They rely on us. For years, they depend on us for their well-being. Because of that, when they pass on, it can be a really traumatic experience. There are free pet loss support hotlines. Again, we've left some support numbers that you can call if you're in need here today. This is one of such numbers. And I think people are sometimes ashamed or embarrassed to reach out. So at VCAS and many of your local shelters, you can contact them for resources. So this is one of the numbers, and we've left some cards for you in the back today. How should we plan for our pet's future if we become very ill? Should we take them to a shelter? Do we try to rehome them through a private organization? Many people plan for their retirement by saving money or plan for their family's future by writing their will. Unfortunately, fewer people plan for the future of their pets in the event of illness or other dire events. Have you considered what you would do with your pet if you were no longer able to care for him or her? If you haven't, you may want to come up with a plan to avoid possibly facing hasty decisions or heartbreak later on. Unfortunately, it's a really sad thing that we see when family members pass on and the sons or the daughters or nieces and nephews bring those pets to the shelter because plans have not been made. And it's really confusing for the pets, and it's really sad. So we really encourage pet owners to have a plan in place. One method of planning is to identify any potential family members or friends who would be willing to assume the care of your pet should something happen to you. It's preferable to identify more than one person. In the event that the planned caregiver is also unable to provide care, writing out a list of these individuals can be helpful in order to provide direction to others if you are incapacitated. Another important planning step is to create a document containing any pertinent information about your pet. You may know all the quirks and preferences of your pet, but writing them down on paper for others to follow could be invaluable. Providing information such as contact information for their vet, information about their health, and whether they're on any medication can be a potential lifesaver for your pet. Whether you decide to pursue a formal method of planning for your pet's future or a more informal approach, having a plan is the most important part. We've left some pet emergency cards for you to keep in your wallet just in case an emergency should happen. These cards are invaluable. If you're in a car accident and you have this in your wallet, the emergency responders will know that you have a pet at home, especially if you live alone. Sadly, last week we had a really heartbreaking situation where somebody lived alone, and she had 2 pets in her home, and nobody knew about them. And the pets were left in her apartment, and they starved to death. Yeah. So this is really important to have. We put this information on our website, and Wonder Woman shared this on her page, and so this is really important, and it's so simple, right? It's such a simple concept that we don't think about. So all of us at the shelter have these in our wallets now, and it's really important. So I really encourage you to consider filling one of these out. We've left some, or you can go to our website and download a card, and please share this with your families and friends, because we don't want to see another case like that happen. Well, on a brighter note, that was really sad. That was a really sad case for us. I mean, it's really hit us hard. We see a lot, but for us, it's really hit us hard. I wanted to share a couple photos of our village. We call our supporters, our partners, our staff, and our volunteers our village, because it takes a village to sustain No Kill, and we are a village. This is one of our volunteers, Barbara. Originally, Barbara saw our plea on Facebook for kitten formula and underage kitten fostering supplies. She decided to make a difference and bring some in for our babies. Barbara was hooked, and now she is one of our very important volunteers. Last year, we saved over 1,500 underage kittens that certainly would have been euthanized at other shelters that don't have an underage foster program in place. It is through the generous donations from people like Barbara that keep this program alive. The towels and blankets our shelter pets lay on daily are all donated to the shelter. This year, the Leisure Village Pet Club brought us over 100 towels to comfort the pets while they're in our care. Blanket and towel drives, just like this one, help keep our pets warm and comfortable all year long. With their little worlds turned upside down, these pieces of fabric feel like home to them. And they don't judge if it's torn or an awful color. All towels and blankets are welcomed and appreciated. It's really the small gestures that mean the world to the animals. So in conclusion, I really would like to thank you for having me here today and help bring awareness to shelter pets in general and how we as caregivers and seniors can help make an impact in their lives. I'd like to include you in our village, and please look into your hearts and see if you have a place for an elderly pet. Have some time to give, need to clean out some old towels or blankets from your closet, and just help spread the word. Adopt or volunteer at your local shelter. I can assure you, your life will never be the same. It is the most rewarding and gratifying feeling. So thank you. Thank you for having us here today and for wanting to make a difference in the lives of shelter pets. I'm available if you have any questions.
Thank you very much, Tara. Really appreciate your excellent presentation. I have a question about fostering.
Yes.
If people feel they cannot make a 15-year commitment, tell us a little more about the fostering program and what type of commitment that involves. So that might be a nice way for someone to bring a pet into their home short term and without real long commitment. Thank you.
Yeah, that's a great question, and perhaps I should have expanded on that. Fostering really is a great way if you can't make a lifetime commitment, or if you feel like if you've lost a pet and you feel like you really need that companionship. Fostering is really a great way to bring a pet into your life, and the commitment is as little or as long as you feel you can handle, right? And the great thing about fostering is we also have an adoption ambassador program, and that means a couple things. First, if you're the foster parent, you can take the responsibility of finding the home for the pet, right? So you don't have to bring it back to the shelter, because that's really hard for foster parents. Once you've seen this pet in a home environment, it's really hard to envision them back in a kennel. And so the Adoption Ambassador Program is you take the pet into your home and you help find it its forever home. And we have a lot of volunteers that just continuously do that, and it fills their heart because they're able to have that companionship, but they're not responsible for the pet long term. We provide all of the food, all of the supplies, all of the medical care. You provide your home and love. That's really all that's required. If it's a cat, we supply the litter. We supply litter boxes. There's the commitment is really just opening your heart and your home. The bottle babies, that's a really fun. A lot of our volunteers really love doing that. It's a very nurturing experience, right? So the bottle babies, we have a lot of that 1,500 number that I cited. Those are kittens that came in without their mom. And so sometimes they're 1 day old, sometimes they're 3 weeks old, and you feed them with a baby bottle, and you're their mommy until they're 6 to 8 weeks old. And it's a lot of work. And we have a lot of seniors that do that. And I don't know if it's they've raised their kids and they have grandkids, but it's that, it's the feeling of nurturing something and watching it grow, and then they find the homes for the kittens. You can also foster a mama kitten or a mama with her babies, which is easier, right? Because then you have the mama who feeds her babies, and you're just providing a safe, quiet room, or even just a crate, and they can stay in your office, in your spare bedroom, or what have you. So super rewarding. Not a lot of commitment. You can bring the animal back at any time. We also have part of our foster program is if you just love that animal, you can adopt the animal. So it's a foster to adopt program. So it's a really great way to see if that pet is going to work in your home. Is it going to get along with your other pets? Is this pet the one that's really going to last for, and work and fit into your lifestyle? So fostering is really a great way to kind of take the temperature and the gauge of kind of everything. Are you ready? Is your family ready? Are your pets ready? And if not, you can help find it a home, or you can nurture it if it's sick or if it's injured or if it just needs a time away from the shelter. We offer slumber parties, right? If the animals just need to get out of the shelter for a weekend, we offer slumber parties. Foster parents can come and get the animal for the weekend, and it's great for the animals because now that we're a no-kill shelter, animals are staying with us longer, right? So it's really nice for it feels really good for the foster parents, and it's great for the animals to get a reprieve from the shelter. So fostering is a great program. There's just so many different facets, and like I said, we provide everything. So it's an amazing program.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
I have a couple questions.
Yes.
I'm owned by 2 collies, so I know the I know the routine. What should someone do? I had an experience this morning where this elderly couple were out walking their dogs, and this other dog kept following them, and we couldn't catch him. And so is it best to just call animal control and say there's a loose small dog around, or what's the best thing? I personally, a couple years ago, picked up 2 puppy Australian cattle dogs that had gotten out, and I didn't know what to do. I brought them home before I went to work, but I didn't know whether to take them to animal control or to advertise in the paper and see if somebody can come. What's the best thing to do in situations like those?
Great question. Well, let me give you a little bit of an industry trick. The best way to catch a dog is by another dog. So when dogs get loose in our shelter, we grab another dog and catch that dog.
He was following this other dog.
Right.
Yeah, but
So if you can't catch the dog, of course you want to call your local animal services and let them know that there's an animal loose, and if you have it in your heart, take it a step further. And what I mean by that is look on Craigslist to see if anybody's reported that pet is lost, right? So that you can call them and say, I saw your pet at XYZ. Agora, I believe they use Chameleon. So if it was in Thousand Oaks, you would want to go to petharbor.com and you would want to report a found animal. Okay, so reporting a found animal online, if somebody has reported their pet as lost, you two are going to get connected behind the scenes. So it's a great service. Conversely, if you have lost your pet, you can report your pet as lost, and this. So it's anybody who uses Chameleon, so Ventura County and Los Angeles. If you have lost your pet, you can go on there and report your pet as lost. And if your pet is entered into the shelter or found by a citizen, you're going to get emails. So I would recommend you do that as well. We have just implemented a new facial recognition software called Finding Rover. So I would encourage all of you to go on there and register your pets now before they get lost. It's so the sheriff's department use it for criminals, right? It's a facial recognition for criminals that have done some sort of crime. This is super sophisticated and amazing. If your pet is lost and comes into a shelter, we take photos now head on, right? So if your pet is lost and it comes into a shelter, it starts scanning the face and will make a match for any lost pets. So in a situation what you described, that the pet was lost running down the street, I would also check Finding Rover to see if they have reported their pet as lost. So I kind of would do all of those things. If you can't catch it, definitely contact Animal Services, and then take the extra steps if you have it in your heart. Craigslist, petharbor.com, and Finding Rover. So you kind of look around to see, hey, did somebody report this pet is missing? There's also a lot of Facebook pages. There's a lot of, missing pets of Thousand Oaks, missing pets of Oxnard. There's all of these missing pet pages on Facebook where people report their missing pets. And so, this is a great community. Ventura County is just a really, really great community and really loves its animals. And so when a pet's missing, somebody's reported it.
The other thing, I'd like to make a thing for people getting their dogs and cats microchipped, because if those pups had been microchipped, I could have gotten them back to their owners a lot faster.
That's right.
Because it turned out that people didn't speak English, so they didn't read the Ventura County. Even though I put up posters all around, and they didn't read English. So finally, I took them to the shelter, Agora shelter, and they were reunited with them. But it was only because a neighbor who spoke English could find it. So microchipping is so important.
Very important, and a lot of people find it too expensive. And so these low-cost microchip clinics that we have, it's $10, and that is for the microchip, and it's free registration for the lifetime of the pet. So you can move, you can update it, and it's really almost a Facebook page for your pet with our microchips. Meaning you can log into your microchip account, add a photo, you can add, Fifi is allergic to peanuts. This is you can add as many emergency contacts as you would like. You can add who your veterinarian is. It's really your animal's own page for $10. So it's an amazing deal, and we're really pushing everybody to microchip their pets, and the $10 is our cost, and we've decided to. It's so important to us. We're not worried about making money off of this. We want everybody's pets to be microchipped.
Is there an annual fee?
No. There's $10 there's no hidden fees.
And it's open to anybody in Ventura County?
That's correct.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I know with the microchip I have on my dogs, they will every once in a while get an email or a text alert that the dog has been lost in my area, because they map to your area. And so that if you see them, then you can do something about them. Who to contact. So that's wonderful.
Sounds like you have a home again chip.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, first, let me say thank you for coming. This was really helpful. I am the true dog lover personified. I mean, I'm it. And I totally believe that we've had dogs forever, one from Camarillo.
Thank you.
And they... you do sometimes find that one that really identifies with you more, even though you may have other dogs in your house and you don't know why.
And you feel bad even saying it, but it just happens.
Me too.
Yes, I know.
Too. And it's kind of like people. Some people you relate to.
Yeah.
What would be the cost to adopt a dog from the Ventura shelter, and what would it be a different cost for seniors?
Great question. Our standard adoption fee is $125. For seniors, it is $50. However, we are constantly running promotions. It's Valentine's? Super Bowl. It's Super Bowl weekend this weekend, so it's $14 adoptions, and that is spay, neuter, microchipping, all of the vaccinations, free vet exam. It's everything for $14. So we're constantly running promotions, and the reason we do that is because it's keeping our name out there and getting people into the shelter to realize that these aren't throwaway animals. These are owned animals that people have not come to claim. These aren't wild dogs and cats running the streets. These aren't throwaway dogs. These aren't fighting dogs. These are pets that nobody has come to claim. And in bringing people into our shelter, and the same is true for all shelters, right? Bringing people into our shelter to see that and recognize that is really crucial. And so by running these promotions, it brings them into the shelter to really see what the true nature of a shelter pet looks like. So $14 this weekend.
And that would really keep your costs down. I mean, if you do that, then avail yourself also of the clinics when they come around. It's certainly help a senior to be able to afford a dog. It would make it easier anyway. So
That's right.
Thank you very
That's
much.
right.
I really appreciate what you do and you're coming today. So thank you.
Thank you so much.
I also wanted to make a case for getting a rabbit. We've talked about dogs and cats, but I had English Lops for 15 or 20 years, and they're wonderful. It's like cuddling an 8-month-old baby, and they can be litter box trained.
Yes.
You just have to protect all your cords, and they're very, very good for seniors.
They're very good for seniors, and we encourage rabbits to live inside, just like your cats. Don't keep them in a cage in your backyard. That's very antiquated way of owning a rabbit. So we have lots of adorable rabbits. Most shelters do, and we spay neuter every rabbit before they leave. So yeah, rabbits make great pets. Thank you for mentioning that.
For people that go on vacation, what is your recommendations, and do you offer any services to support that?
Yeah, unfortunately, we don't offer any boarding services. I think, like all of us, we rely on friends, and then there's boarding facilities. I don't have it in my heart to board my animals because I couldn't. They're all from the shelter, so they've all lived in a cage at one point. There's great boarding facilities within our county, so I would recommend that you do your homework and definitely visit the boarding facility before you board your pet there. But hopefully you have family and friends to rely on that you can, keep your pets or have a pet sitter come in, when you leave and so that your pets can stay in their own environment, and have pet sitters either stay at your house or come in a couple times a day, which I think is ideal because then your pets aren't stressed. Yeah.
Can you tell us a little more about the program you mentioned in which volunteers take dogs to nursing homes and other facilities? Because I've always wanted to do that. When I got my Chorky, Beyonce, she's so tiny and so cute and doesn't shed and just loves to be pet, but she gets very nervous around new people and she pees. So I thought this probably is not the right dog to put on someone's lap. So how do you decide which shelter dogs are good for that, and how do you do that?
Well, we have a very sophisticated team of volunteers and staff. We now have a behaviorist on staff. We have play groups every day for 2 hours, and what that means is sometimes up to 40 dogs get out, and we're running animals. It's remarkable to see. People think that shelter dogs can't get along in big groups, and it's just not true. Last year we had a $10,000 grant to have Amy Sadler, a world-renowned behaviorist, come out to our shelter, and we invited LA and Santa Barbara and Pasadena, and we had a big group of shelter workers come and watch this remarkable thing called play groups. And so we've implemented that every day for 2 hours. And so we really get to know these animals. We know a lot about these dogs that are in our care. And so and they all have a chart. We know this dog gets along with this kind of animal. This dog is dog selective. This dog doesn't get along so well with females. And we have a really solid team of volunteers that help run these play groups along with our staff. So we really know our dogs. And so by having that knowledge and having that information, we're able to make those informed decisions. We also have something called Hound on the Town, and that's where volunteers can come. You put a vest on the dog and it says adopt me, and you can take the dog to the beach, you can take the dog to Starbucks and have coffee, you can take the dog to lunch with you. It's really just taking the dog out and having a companion for the day. If you're a trained adoption counselor and you're out with that dog and somebody meets that dog and falls in love, you can do an on-the-spot adoption as well. And so the intention of that program is really there's still a very large population that will never come to a county shelter. There's still pound image, right? And we're really a community resource at this point. We're no longer a pound, but there's still a large population that will never come to us. So we're going to them. So we're bringing our animals out into the community one by one, sometimes in large groups. Just last week, we had 10 dogs with Adopt Me vests, with volunteers. They all went to the beach, had a big, great day, had lunch on the pier, and the community member is like, oh my gosh, these are shelter dogs. Look how well behaved, and look at this, and look at that. They also go out with business cards, and let's see if anybody gets this reference. So the business card on the front says, here's my number, call me maybe. Who gets the reference? Okay. So, and the number is the animal's a number. It's its animal number in our system, right? And so if anybody's interested in that animal, they get the animal's business card, and they can contact or follow up on that animal later. So we get to know these animals really, really well, and we know their strengths and we know their weaknesses. And so we know which ones will fit well into this program.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Would you tell us a little bit more about the microchipped accounts? Like, how do we find it? How do we use it? And so forth. We have pets that have microchips, but I'd never heard that there was an account associated with it.
Well, it depends on what type of microchip your pet has. There are several vendors that sell microchips. The standard ones are Home Again, Avid. There's InfoPet. So there's a lot of companies that offer that. There's not a lot of companies that offer the pages, the accounts like we have. We use a company that, Found Animals out of LA. The microchip company was founded by a gentleman who just has an interest in animal welfare. He has an award out there for somebody who can find the non-surgical way to spay and neuter a pet, and he'll give them $25 million. So he's just somebody who loves animals and who is willing to put his money where his mouth is. So he also founded a microchip company, offers them at really low cost for shelters, and so this vendor offers the pages, if you will, for the pets. So if your pet is microchipped, you'll need to find out which vendor it's microchipped through, and then contact them and say, what do you offer? Tell me what you offer for my pet. Do you have an online account for my pet? Do you offer, do I have to pay an annual fee? A lot of times there's hidden fees in a lot of these vendors. So we chose one very strategically. We don't want hidden fees. We don't want our customers to get emails down the line that they owe $24.99, or if you move, you owe $9.99. So it depends on the vendor.
How long have you been using Found Animals?
We've been using them here for about 1.5 years, but in Sacramento I used them for 6 or 7 years. Yeah.
I just wanted to make a comment to Karen about therapy dogs, because my 1-year-old Finnegan is just starting training, and my goal is with him to be a therapy dog, and it's around here it's through Love on a Leash, and a lot of the places I used to do therapy work years ago with my Casey, and but you usually have to go through be vetted through a approved place before you can go into the nursing homes or into the hospitals, etc. I know we used to go when they had the East clinic over there. I used to go to the psychiatric locked ward for seniors and take Casey there and into the rehab unit, and everybody always had a collie. That it was just brought tears to their eyes. So it's really a very rewarding thing, and now that I'm retired, I really want to do that again.
Yeah. Another thing we're doing for seniors and for sick kids in the hospital, we just received iCompanion. It's a $25,000 piece of equipment, and they've given it to us at no cost. You can log in from your computer and play with cat toys in our cat room. And so you can move the cat toys around and the cats will interact with them. And so it's a great, we're setting this up at right now, but it's a great way to interact with seniors and sick kids in the hospitals. And so it's pretty remarkable what technology can do these days, right? So it's called iCompanion. Yeah.
And this is not quite operational. Is that what you're?
No, it should. Yeah, we're getting through the county firewalls has been a challenge. So we're this close, but we've got everything up and running. The county's testing it at this point. In fact, we had the equipment set up in one of our staff's offices, and we get an email from the company that says your office looks nice. So it's working. They can see us. They can see. Yeah, so it's working, but it'll be in we have a cat room where all of the cats are no longer in cages. Same with one of our dog rooms. A donor took all of our dogs out of the cages, and they're now in habitats. So in the cat room, we'll have this equipment set up, and you'll push 1, 2, 3 on your keyboards, and it moves the cat toys, and the cats interact with it. And so we'll push that out to the seniors and sick kids in the hospitals and stuff, so that they can really interact with the pets. So.
And how can we find out when this is ready for us to use? It will be at your website?
Yeah. How about I send an email, and once that's up and running, I'll send an email out.
Okay.
Yeah. So you can play with it too. I'm sure we'll all be doing that. It's just going to be remarkable. So, yeah.
Any other questions or comments? All right. Well, thank you again for coming out and
Thank you very
spending
much.
the afternoon with us. And, all right.
Okay. Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.
The end of our program, and so we now.
Okay,
one more?
we have a few more PowerPoint slides we'd like to show you. Okay, so I'm going to coordinate here with Francine, and are we on our first slide? Yes. Okay, let me tell you a few other things about the Los Angeles County Animal Services. The City of Thousand Oaks contracts with Los Angeles County Animal Services, which is located, and their shelter is located at 29525, that's 29525 Agora Road in Agora Hills, and their telephone number is 818-991-0071. They are open 7 days a week with telephone services 24/7. Animal care officers are responsible for enforcing and protecting animals. They also rescue pets and reunite them with owners whenever possible. And they also provide adoption services. I think I told you that they found my my little Maltese Lassie many years ago. Thank goodness. Dog licenses are sold at the shelter in Agora Hills. Or, you can do it by mail. I just always do mine by mail with LA County Animal Services. It's very easy. For more information or to volunteer or visit, go to www.animalcare.lacounty.gov or call 818-991-0071. That's area code 818-991-0071. And we thank you again.
Karen,
yes.
What's the address of the Ventura shelter in case people want to volunteer?
I
Nobody
don't recall.
The address.
We're not supposed to ask that.
It's okay, go.
The address for the main shelter is 600 Aviation Drive in Camarillo, 93010. We also have a shelter in Simi Valley, but our main shelter is in Camarillo.
You do need to check both shelters if you lose a dog.
Okay, come to the end of our program for today, so